What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video. This video I'm going to show you what I think is the best Premier League team for the value for coins. I'm going to be doing Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, hybrid teams. It's going to be called like the best series. I'm not going to include the best player in the leagues, like say Serie A comes to like Cristiano Ronaldo, because a lot of people watching this video can't afford Cristiano Ronaldo. This team is kind of affordable. A lot of players I think there's 3 players over 100 grand in this team, but as you get through the weeks it is more affordable. You probably pack some of these players, you play FUT Champions, get some tradables, maybe whatever. It is achievable, and obviously the best means it's the best. Obviously, like, you could include a lot more players in this. Say, like, you could, as you can see on screen, that is the team that I'm going to be talking about. You could put Paul Pogba in there, you could put Kante in there, you could put Aguero up top, but I don't want to talk about Aguero. I will, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of players that you could put in, but I feel like this is the best bang for the buck team without breaking the bank. I want to try and keep these teams under like 800,000 maybe. I don't want to be going into millions of coins teams. It's just easy. It's easy to just put the best players, the highest rated players in the team. That doesn't take really anything. It's not creative. It's just easy to do. Basically, it's not what I want to do. These are the best players that I feel in these positions in the Premier League. Like I said, I will be doing other leagues. If you're interested, look out for those videos. Yeah, I've had a lot of good feedback on my other videos, so yeah, it keeps me inspired to make these for you and try and help you guys out with weekend league teams, division rivals teams. I will be showing you the custom tactics of this team. There is 2 formations that I use with this team, because I feel like division rivals and FUT Champions, you need to vary the way you play. FUT Champions, I use the 4-2-3-1 formation, which I will switch to. In rivals, I switched to the 4-3-2-1, which I feel works better. Division rivals is a lot slower than FUT Champions. FUT Champions gameplay is fluid. You can play how you want. In division rivals, it's a grind. Every game is a grind. It might be because you're playing better players consistently, because you're playing players at the same level as you. As I'm in Division 3, it's hard, man. Every game's a grind. I haven't won a game since I've been in Division 3. Literally, I've lost 2 games, and I'm not even lying now. In both games, I've had the other teams had 2 shots on target and beat me. 2-1 both times. Literally, that is what it's like, and it's so annoying. But to get up to there, I think with this team, I won 8 games in a row in Division 4 to get to Division 3. So yeah, hope you guys like the video, and I'll continue now with explaining the team. In goal, we've got Hugo Lloris, who I feel is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's better than De Gea. A lot of the other cheaper keepers who were better at the start of the game, like Kasper Schmeichel, seemed to be really good. Begovic, Nick Pope, Leno seemed to be really overpowered at the start, but I don't know what's happened to them. But I've tried them more since in rivals and champions, and literally do not get them. They are poor. You need good goalkeepers on this one. Goalkeepers are bad as it is, so you need everything you can to try and stop those goals going in. Hugo Lloris is the best keeper that I've found, the best French and best Premier League goalkeeper that I've used. He actually does play decent. I feel like the others just don't play decent. I had Alisson, he was letting everything in. Like I said at the start, when I've used him at the start, you see in a previous squad, in one of my previous videos, that I swore by Alisson, but now I wouldn't even put him in any team because he let me down so bad. He was just letting everything in, finesse shots, he couldn't save anything. Lloris, different, good goalkeeper. The defence, we have Antonio Valencia. It's always between Valencia and Walker. Maybe Pereira if you can't afford Valencia. I think Valencia's like 30 grand, maybe 35 grand. Walker upwards of 80, 90 grand. So the value for coins, Valencia is the man. Centre-backs, you've got to have Virgil van Dijk if you can afford him in a Premier League team. By far the best centre-back. He's brilliant. Good off corners, defending and attacking. He wins the ball, he comes out, he can play the ball, he's not slow. He will push most strikes off the ball. He's really good. Davinson Sanchez, some games he's like, you cannot get past him, he's a brick wall, and then some games he will just be out of position and just run off. But he's better than the other centre-backs that I've used in the Premier League. There isn't really too many options in the Premier League. Van Dijk and Sanchez, definitely the best 2. I'm not saying Sanchez is poor. I'm just thinking some games he might not do what you want, and he might get caught out of position, but he is a really good centre-back for 90% of the games. He does your job, he's fast, he's strong. What else do you want in a centre-half? Mendy, the left back isn't the Premier League isn't blessed with left backs this year. They're all low rated. I would personally go between Mendy and Robertson if you're playing competitively in FUT champs and division rivals. Mendy, I prefer him over Robertson just because of his height and a bit of strength. But Robertson is really good if you want to go for Robertson. I think he's cheaper than Mendy as well, so that's really up to you. Defensive midfield position is where it gets kind of interesting. Fabinho is the main player in most people's Premier League teams. He's the man who's going to win you the ball. He does everything. Fabinho, he's really good at interceptions. He's a brilliant player. I like my defence to have high stamina. My midfield to have high stamina, sorry. As you can see, Decore, 93 stamina. Fabinho, 93 stamina, both the same. That's what you want. You need your midfield to be energetic and get to the ball, because if you let players play on this, that's it. You're going to concede goals. You need to be rushing at the play. You need to be high pressing. You need to be high pressing without the actual high press tactic, because that's too much. You can get caught out and just through ball, bang, the through on goal. You need to be high press yourself. You need to force that high press with the player that you're controlling, maybe RB as well, to R1 on PlayStation, to bring that second player running to try and cut off the passing lanes. I don't like to have two holding midfielders, like that's only their job. Like Fabinho is the man to win the ball. He can't really do anything going forward. Say like I see people with Fabinho and Matic, that's too defensive for me. That doesn't really work for the style that I play. Abdoulaye Decore, you see 84 shot power. He has scored a couple of goals for me. He scored 3 goals, and to be fair, they've all been bangers. So I like a player. Obviously, the man that you want in that position is Paul Pogba. A lot of people can't afford Paul Pogba. If you can't, Decore is the next best thing. Honestly, he's brilliant. He's a really good player. What is he, like £1,000? 850 coins. You cannot go wrong for 850 coins. You won't even tell that he's 850 coins. He won't let you down for being a cheap player, like a lot of players do. Say if you've got someone like Wilfred Zaha up front or Callum Wilson with their bad finishing, you get what you pay with a striker. Say like I'll show you Harry Kane's record in a bit. You wouldn't get that with a low rated striker, because they just let you down too much in front of goal. Decore's not that man in midfield. He does everything that you want. You're not going to be like, oh, Decore is cheap. Yeah, I don't want him in my team. Brilliant player, Decore. Probably the most consistent player in the team, to be honest. Attacking midfield, Christian Eriksen. The two best, Eriksen and De Bruyne. Both the same kind of player, really. They're both 5-star weak foot, both 4-star skill. Both got the same kind of attributes, to be honest. I personally, to keep the price down a bit, I went for Eriksen. Eriksen is really good. You see his stats, 13 and 26 assists in 44 games. I paid 140 grand for him. 92 stamina as well, which is brilliant. Keep going to the end of the game. It's key to have a player like Eriksen at the attacking midfielder, just behind your striker. He does drop into the right centre mid spot as well when I play the 4-3-2-1. Because being 5-star weak foot, it doesn't really matter which way you go with Eriksen. You come inside either side. It's good to have that player that is as good on both feet, that he can just come in, finesse shot. That's where you're going to get that little cheap goal in FUT Champions, you know what I mean? That goal that you just need sometimes. Eriksen comes up with those goals more than you would expect. De Bruyne would do the same. That's why I'm playing like a Wilfred Zaha, where you let you down, because it has to be his right foot and it has to be the perfect shot to go in. With these guys, it actually doesn't. They get a bit lucky sometimes with their shots. Eden Hazard at left mid. Hazard doesn't really need any explaining. All of Hazard's stats, all of these players' stats are in division rivals and FUT Champions. Eden Hazard, 21 games, 16 goals, 4 assists. You can't really say much more about Eden Hazard. He's good on both feet as well. The way I like to play with Hazard is, people think you're going to cut in on the right and finesse it, but if you go on his left and drive it across goal, he's just as good. He scores. I'll probably score 50% on his right, 50% on his left. Hazard is just Hazard, isn't he? He's just brilliant. He's just a magnificent player in real life or on the game. So if you can afford Hazard, 370,000 coins, pick him up. Definitely, guys, definitely. He's better than the Martials. He's better than the Leroy Sané's in the way this game plays. Martial is probably the next best thing to Hazard, the closest thing to Hazard. So if a lot of people can't afford 370,000 coins on a winger. So if you can, Hazard. If you can't, someone like Martial or Son maybe, or Rashford. They're good. They will let you down, like I said, because you get what you pay for on FIFA. It's pay to win game at the end of the day. If you can afford the high rated players, you're going to get a better look. Willian on the right side does his job. Nothing special, Willian. You can see 6 goals, 14 assists, but he does what you need. He's also got 85 stamina, which I like to use Willian as more of a defensive winger more than anything. He's really good at closing down. Like I said, he's got that stamina. He can just keep going. He does everything you need on that side of the pitch. So yeah, I really rate Willian. Sorry, that was hard to say. 30,000 coins. He's not expensive. The man you would want there is Mo Salah. I have used Salah actually. Salah is really good. I can't really fault Salah, but I think at the moment for like 200 and something thousand coins, maybe 300, that's quite expensive. When Salah's like Hazard can go either way. He can do more things than Salah. Salah's a goal scorer and he's all left foot, so he's kind of predictable at points. But yeah, if you can afford him, pick him up. I'm not saying don't. Brilliant player. But Willian for me is the player that I like to go to in the Premier League on the right hand side. You could possibly go Sterling as well. Sterling would be the alternative to Willian if you were thinking about, if you've used Willian and you don't particularly like him, I would go Raheem Sterling. Sterling is good. He's just raw pace. There's nothing really else much to Sterling's game. If I had picked up Sterling, I probably would go with something like a Deadeye chemistry style like I have on Willian. He's got the pace, he's got the dribbling already. You need to improve their end product. Let's go show you Harry Kane, the GOAT. 45 goals, 42 games, 15 assists. Like I said, it's all FUT champions and rivals. You guys know how hard it is to score goals. You guys know how hard it is to get a striker's record like that. Harry Kane he's right foot, guys. He scores come inside, finesse it. It's top corner, it's bottom corner. On his left foot, the same. Don't underestimate Harry Kane because of his 70 pace. That literally makes no difference. The way this game plays, you don't need pacey strikers. You get the ball edge of the box, one touch, bang, Harry Kane, it's a goal. 45 goals. He's going to hit 50 goals before 50 games. If you play this game seriously, you know how hard that actually is. You know what I mean? He's 70 pace, 90 shooting. He's the man off corners, near post corner glitch. He's perfect for that. He's always there. He'll drop you over. He kicks in like it's nothing. 85 heading accuracy. You can see he's got a good stamina as well for a striker. He's got 89. So he's got everything you need on this game to literally. He's a meta player for me. He's the best striker in the Premier League by far. I did switch him out for Aguero, and Aguero was absolutely terrible. When I play against Aguero, he is good, he always scores, but for me, he couldn't hold the ball up, he couldn't pass the ball. His shooting was absolutely diabolical. I don't know what happened to Aguero, but you've heard me talk about Aguero on previous videos, and Harry Kane for me is by far the best player. I like, also on the bench, this is important, I like to have a couple of fast options on the bench. I got Leroy Sané, he's actually untradeable, obviously the same as Lucas, he's untradeable too. They come on, they do the job. They'll probably come on. I'll probably put Sané on at right wing to cut inside, try and nick a goal at the end of the game when the defenders are weak. I'll probably put Lucas on instead of Eriksen sometimes, and I'll put Lucas out on the left hand side and Hazard through the middle. That's the way that I like to play with this. I'll show you the custom tactics now. I never stick with this formation that I use. Like I said, there's two. Got the 4-2-3-1 that I showed you in my previous tactics video. Those are the custom tactics. I'm not going to go too much into it, as I explained this one in the last video. What I like to do on the players: stay central for Harry Kane, stay forward. You don't want him running out wide, you don't want him coming back. He's the man to score your goals, keep him there. Same as Eriksen. Hazard, come back on defence. Willian, come back on defence. Stay back while attacking on your full-backs. There's not really too much to it, to be honest. And in-game, I do like to do team press and get in the box, because your players will charge forward when you go forward, but because you've got them set on come back on defence, they will also defend, which is a really good tactic for me. I find it works really well in division rivals. I haven't tried it in FUT champions yet, but division rivals it definitely works. Let's go now to the one I haven't showed you yet, the updated 4-3-2-1 that I use. I like to keep everything narrow. Before, in my last 4-3-2-1 video, I kept it all wide. That was how the game played. Now I feel like it's best to keep your three strikers literally pinned at the edge of the box to just get those shots in. That's why if you're going to play this formation, I would go someone like Salah over Willian, because he's going to have more chances and it's going to fall on his left foot more. But if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, you need the wide man. Willian is definitely better than Salah in that aspect. But yeah, I will be making a more in-depth video of the 4-3-2-1 updated since the patch. The last one went down a treat, people getting good results, my 4-3-2-1 tactic. But yeah, I have updated it, and I will show you guys in another video what I'm actually doing with a 4-3-2-1. So keep tuned for that. Subscribe if you would like to see that video. Yeah, that's about it with the Premier League team. This is the best Premier League team I've used so far. The best players I have found I've used so far. If you guys have any suggestions who I can probably put into the team, give me a shout. I'll listen to everything. Listen to everything you've got to say. Take criticism of the team. Obviously, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best. I think this weekend I got 20 out of 30 on Foot Champions, and like I said yesterday, I won like 8 out of 8 on Division Rivals. So yeah, I'm doing well with my tactics. So hopefully you guys, if you try to follow the tactics video, follow the teams, you get the same results as me. You start moving up the ladders. That's what I'm here to try and help you to do. I'm just here to try and help you improve your game. But yeah, guys, that's it for the best Premier League team and custom tactics, and I'll see you guys in the next video.